Congratulations, Erica Slezak.
On March 17, Erica Slezak celebrated her 40th anniversary as Victoria Lord Davidson on One Life to Live.
Here's to you, Erica.
His very odd behavior is starting to make a lot of sense to me now. His shock when he first saw me, his very sudden decision to abandon his dig for the Franklin papers, and his flaky reason for giving up the dig. I think that when he realized that Nicky Smith was a part of my past, he decided to leave town, and I think that that's what he was trying to tell me when I found him in the restaurant the other day. Nicky and Leo. What a strange couple. Well, maybe it wasn't so strange. He's rather eccentric and very colorful, and heaven knows she must have been off the wall. Clint doesn't like him at all, you know. But to hear Christine talk about her father, to hear her talk about the compassion and the concern for his fellow man that he has, maybe that's why I liked him so instantly. Or maybe that's just a residue of Nicky's feelings for him. And Christine? I wondered why she won my heart over so quickly.
Well, probably for the same reason she won my heart. She's sweet, she's sensitive, engaging, spirited, very, very full of hope.
We interrupt this program to bring you an Eyewitness News special report.
Good afternoon, I'm John Johnson. Metro-North conductors have ended the wildcat strike that hit 95,000 Westchester and Connecticut commuters by surprise this morning. Kathy Wolf has the latest at Grand Central Terminal. Kathy.
Normal rush hour this afternoon. Rush hour would be restored, and we're seeing the first tangible evidence of that now. At 1:44, we saw the first train roll into Grand Central Station from North White Plains. Obviously, a very happy sight for a lot of commuters. We're seeing other arrival times put up on the board, too. Arrival times from North White Plains, from New Haven, and from Brewster. We're hoping to see some departure signs here soon, since that's what most commuters want to see right now. People who want to leave the city and get home. But we are told by Metro-North officials that that will be possible this afternoon. You're going to have to expect some delays, but you should be able to get out of Grand Central Station and make it home tonight. I'm Kathy Wolf reporting live at Grand Central. JJ, back to you.
We'll have more information on the end of the strike this afternoon, and we'll also have complete coverage of the Metro-North strike on Eyewitness News at 5. I'm John Johnson. Good afternoon.
This Eyewitness News special report. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
It's been the best dad ever. I've never felt unloved. You have taught me honesty. You have shown me the world. You have taught me compassion for others. And that's what matters, not expensive hotel rooms and fancy cars and having a lot of money in the bank. Although, hey, I think I definitely can get used to having a phone in my room.
I bet you can get used to having someone else make your bed every day, too.
That might take a couple of days.
Well, shall I go downstairs, get your bags from the car, and order dinner from room service?
No, Dad. Save your money for the dig. You've already spent enough on me. Besides, I'm going to be getting some money for the photo essay My photo essay. I have to call Mrs. Buchanan and tell her that I've moved.
No, darling. I don't want you to talk to Mrs. Buchanan.
Why don't you want me to talk to Mrs. Buchanan, Dad?
Because I want to talk to you about something myself first.
Well, it's only going to take a second.
No. Come on, hear me out now. I know that you've been wanting to make it as a photographer for a long time now, and I understand the importance of a job at a big newspaper like the Banner, but I want to make you an offer that's even more exciting.
Oh.
With a bigger paycheck at the end of the week and some fringe benefits that the Banner can't possibly match.
this offer. Does this benefactor of yours happen to own a magazine or a newspaper?
No, I'm talking about working on the Franklin dig with me.
I'm not an archaeologist, Dad.
No, but I need a photographer to record the entire experience from beginning to end. And if it's a huge success, as I'm sure it will be, we'll make a book on the subject, use your photographs, and you'll be as famous as your dear old dad. You'll be able to write your own ticket. Now, what do you say? Will you join me?
I appreciate the offer, Dad. I can't accept that.
Well, why not? It's perfect for us. You'll be doing exactly what you want to do. I'll be in my element, up to my knees in rocks. And best of all, we'd be together. Oh, it'll be a chance to make up for all the time that we've had to be separate. And a chance to share some little bit of real history.
But the Franklin papers are your dream, not mine. I've got to make my own history. Hey, I'll come up when I'm not working at the Banner. I'll come up to the mountain, and I'll cook you dinner, and I'll take pictures of your finds, and we'll have a great time. But I have a shot at a terrific job, and I don't want to blow it.
A job that's filled with danger and uncertainty.
I'm going to be taking pictures of land view. I'm not going to be going into combat.
Chasing fire trucks, listening to the police band on the radio, responding to their calls.
Dad, I've been taking care of myself for a lot of years now. I've been doing just fine. So stop your worrying. We are so lucky. We are climbing the stairs to the stars. Just think of it. Everything we want is right within our reach.
Viki, we don't know that Christine is your daughter. Darling, all we have is that snapshot and a couple of coincidences. That is not proof positive. You sound just like Clint. Look, Viki, darling, I just don't want you to come to conclusions too quickly, conclusions that might hurt you. Now, Viki, Christine is a lovely young girl, and she seems to have a great many qualities that she might have inherited from you, but what about her dark hair and how different her coloring is from yours and Jessica's? Kevin and Joey are not blonde. They inherited their brown hair from Joe Riley, obviously. Christine got those traits from Leo's side of the family, didn't she? Viki, darling, that snapshot does not prove that Leo and Nikki Smith were lovers. I mean, they could have been pals, best friends. She worked in a bar. She probably had plenty of friends. No. Aloysius Duane told me he was Nikki's only friend, and I believed him. Besides, if Leo Cromwell and Nikki were just friends, why would he carry a snapshot around in his pocket for 25 years? Come on, and if we were just friends, why wouldn't he have told me straight off that he once knew me as Nikki? Well, because he was probably shocked that you obviously didn't know him. And then when he found out that Nikki Smith was your alter ego, he was probably too embarrassed to blurt it out that he knew you. I mean, Viki, darling, you have to admit this is a very peculiar situation. No, I realize that, but a man does not abandon a lifelong dream because he's afraid of embarrassing somebody. No, there's got to be another reason. I think that Leo is determined to keep his daughter from learning that I am her mother. Maybe he doesn't want you to learn that you're a woman that she respects and you're about to hire her in a job. And he doesn't want her to know that you're out of his past. Maybe he's trying to protect. I don't know. All I know is that I want us to go very, very slowly so that any conclusions we come to are the right ones. You know, Christine is staying in a rooming house. And she gave me the number of the payphone in the hall. Viki, darling, what could you possibly say to Christine right now? Oh, I intend to talk to her father. I'm going to ask him right out if he's the father of my daughter. Yes, but are you absolutely sure it was Christine Cromwell? Thank you very much for your time. What happened? Christine's moved out of the rooming house. Her father was there. He demanded that her rent for the rest of the month be returned to her, and he packed Christine and her bags up into the car, and off they went. But, darling, there could be lots of reasons. Now, he's taken her away. He's taken her out of the country, probably. Viki, darling, we don't know that. Well, I think he has.
He's been determined to leave this town ever since he figured out the connection between me and Nicky Smith.
Vicki, darling, you're forgetting something. You gave Christine a photo assignment. Honey, maybe she's just moved to another room in the house.
Well, why wouldn't she have left a forwarding address? Why wouldn't she have left a message for me? Maybe you're right. Maybe he hustled her out of town before she could call me. Maybe I should just call Rafe and ask him to find Leo. I mean, they can't have gone that far, right?
No, Vicki, please, let's don't call the police. How about this? Let's call Wade. If she was determined to leave, she might have told him where she was going.
Well, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll call him at home. Oh, he'd probably be at the restaurant.
Oh, I think they've changed the number. Call information.
Okay. Whoa. Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Buchanan?
Yes?
Hi, it's Christine Cromwell. Hello? Mrs. Buchanan, is there something wrong?
Yes, I'm still here, Christine.
Did I call you at a bad time?
No, I'm just surprised to hear. I'm delighted to hear from you. Where are you?
Here in Landview.
Oh, you're still in town?
Yes, you gave me an assignment to do a photo essay on the homeless, remember?
Yes, of course I remember. It's just that I called your rooming house and your landlady told me that you had checked out. I was afraid you'd left town.
And miss the assignment, not on your life. This is the most important thing to me right now, and I am determined to make you proud of me.
I expect you will.
Geez, I'm glad I called you. You've got to give my assignment to someone else.
I'm very happy you called, too. Where are you living now?
The Waterside Inn. Pretty fancy, huh?
Yes, it's a very nice hotel. Do you need an advance on your salary?
Oh, no, ma'am. My father's picking up the first month's rent. I have some good news. He has decided to go on with his search for the Franklin papers. He's hooked up with a benefactor who's decided to fund the entire dig, and he's ready to start right away if you and your husband don't object.
No, of course not.
He'll be glad to hear that.
Do you happen to know where your father is right now?
Yes, I know exactly where he is. He's right here.
May I please speak with him?
He can't come to the phone right now. Should I have him call you back?
No. But if you wouldn't mind, and if he wouldn't mind, would you ask him to wait there for me? I'm on my way into town, and I have to speak to him about something very important.
Okay, I'll keep in touch about the assignment. Bye-bye. Mrs. Buchanan wants to talk to you.
I don't have anything to say to her right now. I'll call her tomorrow.
Well, she's on her way into town right now, and I promised her that you would be here. She's all in favor of the dig, and she's not going to refuse her permission.
Leo refused to talk to you? Yeah, that's just as well. I think I'd rather face him in person, and before he has a chance to pull another disappearing act.
No, wait, Vicki.
No, it's all right. I know perfectly well there is no absolute proof that Leo Cromwell was Nicky's lover, and I know there's no proof that Christine is my child or Nicky's child. But if I'm wrong, believe me, I am prepared to deal with it without becoming emotional. I promise you.
But Vicki, darling, wait just a minute. What? I mean, what if you're right? What then?
I can handle it. At least I think I can.
All right, I'm going with you.
No. Renee, you've been a marvelous friend. The best ever. I'm so grateful for all your help. I just don't know how I could have gotten through any of this without you. But now that the moment of truth has arrived, I think I have to deal with it alone.
All right, darling, I understand. Just know that I'm with you in spirit.
Thank you.
Hello again. Come in.
Is Christine here?
No, I asked her to give us some privacy.
You know the connection between me and Nicky Smith, don't you? Please don't lie to me. I can deal with the truth.
Yes, I know about Nicky. I read your article at the Banner the other day when I was looking at the microfilm.
Is that why you decided to abandon your archaeological dig and you wanted to leave town?
Yes, I saw no reason to embarrass you.
Were you and Nicky?
We were very young and very much in love. You have no recollection of knowing me.
No, none. You're the only one who knows the truth. And Nicky. And I pray to God that she's gone forever. Did we live together? Were we lovers?
Yes.
Is Christine my child?
Yes. Christine is your daughter.
Did we live together? Were we lovers?
Yes.
Is Christine my daughter?
Yes. Christine is your daughter.
I don't know why this comes as such a shock. Everything's been pointing in that direction. Ever since I saw this.
Where did you get that?
Well, does it really matter now?
I had no idea I'd lost it. I never meant you to find out this way. Believe me, Nicky.
No. No, my name is Viki. Nicky is just a memory. You must have a lot of memories.
Many.
Oh, please tell me. I've been stumbling around in the dark for so long. Please, I want to know everything.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really do want to know everything, so please start at the beginning.
I was a graduate student at New York University. One day, I was walking through Washington Square Park, and I stopped to hear a folk singer who was performing. Well, I didn't really listen to him because he wasn't very good, but there were a group of hippies gathered around him. One of them was Nicky Smith.
You picked her up in the park just like that?
Well, no, it wasn't really a pickup. There was a strange quality about her. She was different from the others. She seemed lonely, strange, vulnerable. So we began by talking about the music, and then I asked if she'd like to go to a coffee house and have a cappuccino.
Did I say yes?
You had 2 cappuccinos and 2 orders of pastry. Then we went to a double feature and sat through 2 French films with subtitles.
My goodness. Quite a first date, wasn't it?
Well, it didn't stop there. We went for a walk by the river, and she told me all about herself, how she was living in an old tenement, how she had no real friends in the city and no family that she could go home to. She seemed as if she'd been dropped to Earth from a different galaxy.
Little did you know, she had. That first night, did we...
No. But after a few days and a few more cappuccinos, I moved into her place.
Oh, I think I've been there. The building is abandoned now. It's very depressing.
It wasn't. With boards and bricks for bookcases, a few old Indian bedspreads as drapes, and a beanbag cushion for a sofa. I remember those days as the happiest of my life. I was young, in love, and best of all, soon to be a father.
Did we ever talk about marriage?
Oh, no. It was the 60s. Marriage was regarded as some kind of middle-class hang-up. But yes, as the birth of our baby got nearer, we realized that we couldn't impose our values on the child, so we did set a date with a local minister who also happened to run a macrobiotic restaurant. We arranged to meet at the White Lion Tavern on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day? I must have been there waiting for you.
You were. We were together when your father came in with 2 men and took you away from me.
I only recently learned that my father tracked me down in New York City and that he came to take me back to Lambview on Christmas Day.
It was the worst day of my life. As mysteriously as Nikki Smith had appeared, she was gone. I never saw her again until that day I walked into the Banner office and came face to face with Victoria Buchanan.
You never saw her again? How did you get our baby?
Well, to find out what had happened, I went to the police, I called all our friends. Nothing. Then, one day out of the blue, he appeared.
He?
A very distinguished-looking man. As soon as he walked into the room, he behaved like he owned the place.
My father? Victor Lord?
No, he never told me his name. He just said that he'd come to tell me that Nikki had had the baby, but that she had rejected it. One look at the room that I was staying in must have told him that I was in no position to care for a child, so he made me a proposal. For the good of the child, he insisted.
For the good of the child?
Well, I guess he knew from Nikki that I loved her and that hopefully I was the kind of person that would love our child, so he offered to set up an account in trust for her as long as I would promise to raise her.
Everything came down to money with my father. Didn't you ask him any questions? Didn't you want to know where I was or how I was?
Of course I did, but the only thing he would tell me was that you were safe. I didn't believe that you had rejected the child. But she was all that I had left of Nikki Smith, so I accepted his terms. Not so much for the child's sake as for mine. She became my lifeline.
So he gave you money and he gave you our baby, and then?
Well, as soon as he left, I went to the police again.
Did you tell them about the baby?
No. I just said that a strange man had appeared with more information about Nikki Smith, but of course they were no help in tracing him. So I was left with the child, and you can call me selfish, but I have held on to her with all my might and all my love.
Well, I don't blame you for that. The one to blame is my father. He gave away his own grandchild. She may have been conceived by Nikki Smith, but it was my flesh and blood.
Believe me, Viki, if I had had any way of knowing...
Well, you didn't. And we cannot turn the clock back now, can we? For 25 years I've been lied to and prevented from seeing, from holding, from loving my own child. Well, thank God that's over with. Now I must see Christine.
No! Please, I beg you, that's the one thing you must not do. Of course you deserve to know your own daughter, and she deserves to get to know you.
Then why would I wait another minute?
for her sake. Viki, I have spent a lifetime encouraging Christine to love the memory of the woman she thinks is her mother.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that there was someone else.
No. I never married. I told Christine that her mother had died when she was a baby, but I didn't stop there. I created a mythical woman for her to cherish and love.
Well, Christine and I have that in common then, don't we? She was given a make-believe mother, and I was given a make-believe past.
Well, then you must understand why I can't suddenly turn around and shatter her illusions by telling her I've been lying to her all these years.
I realize that you and Christine have a very special relationship.
It's more than that. We're far more than father and daughter. We're best friends, soulmates. Now, I quickly went through the money that your father had left in trust on my various archaeological expeditions. But did Christine complain about it? Never. We turned adversity into adventure. The world became our home, and we learned that we could rely upon each other no matter what. Viki, she loves me as no one else can or will. There is nothing that I would not do to ensure her future.
I believe you. But surely you must realize that becoming a member of my family will give her all the more security.
Of course, I've thought about that. The Buchanans can provide for Christine in a way that I could never dream of, but to exchange that for having her hate me, I couldn't bear it.
What are you asking me to do? You want me to forget she's my daughter or keep my distance forever?
No, not forever. At first, I thought I could go along with the arrangement that I made with your husband.
What arrangement?
Well, I asked him to give me 24 hours to break the news to Christine, and he was kind enough to agree.
Kind enough? My husband knows Christine is my daughter? He didn't tell me?
Well, to be fair, he wanted to tell you. I was the one who insisted that he give me more time to break the news gently, but now that I've had time to think about it, I don't think that I'd be able to find the right words. The truth at this point could destroy Christine.
No, let me tell you something from personal experience. Truth is not destructive. Lies destroy. That's why Christine has to know about me, and not later or some vague time in the future. Now.
Even if it's the cause of her hating her father, you can't be that cruel.
I think it's cruel to keep my child from me one more minute. How many years am I supposed to wait before I hold my daughter in my arms?
Forgive me, but how do you know that she's going to rush to your arms? Her hatred may be directed at both of us, at me for keeping the truth from her, at you for shattering the myth of her mother.
Well, that's a chance I'll have to take.
Can't you just gain enjoyment from knowing her from afar? Just think of all the ways that you'll be able to help her career, to bring her into your newspaper empire, even to become her friend.
A friend? I don't want to be just a friend. I am her mother.
Well, then do the kindest loving thing you can do and keep your distance. Please. I beg you, at some future time, when Christine has had a chance to get to know you, we can both tell her the truth, but not now.
I'm home. Hi, Mrs. Buchanan. I didn't realize you'd still be here. How did your meeting go?
Buchanan was just leaving. Weren't you, Viki?
Actually...
I hope my father hasn't changed your mind about me. I am absolutely determined to carry out the project you gave me. No, Dad, I want to explain to her how much this means to me. I have spent the entire night downtown Landview, and I never realized how many homeless people there are down there. I just hope my pictures can help them somehow. Mrs. Buchanan, you haven't changed your mind about me, have you? You still want me, don't you?
Want you? Oh, yes. Yes, I still want you. More than ever.
I'm glad to hear it. But if my father wasn't trying to change your mind, what have you two been talking about?
Things.
What sort of things? If it's about me, I have a right to know, don't I?
Yes, you do. If we had been talking about you. But in fact, your father and I were discussing other business matters, weren't we?
Yes. Other matters.
The Benjamin Franklin papers, is that it?
Well, I'll let your father tell you about that.
Dad, if you've got any good news, I want to hear about it. No more secrets, remember?
Right. No more secrets.
I'm afraid I must go now. Christine, I hope you'll come to see me in my office very soon and bring me some pictures. I really can't wait to see them.
You won't regret it, Mrs. Buchanan.
No, I don't think I will. Would you do me a favor, though?
Mm-hmm.
Call me Viki.
All right, Viki. Good night.
Good night.
I'll see you out, Viki.